Transition awareness breathing. Feeling grounded for both children and parents is essential for healthy living and learning. Join Eartha Powell on this series for tips and tools for creating a harmonious environment for learning. Transition awareness breathing will help you and your child find an individualized path to tackle change, promote lifelong learning, and discover new approaches to calmness.
Hi, welcome to Recess. Move it. Get up and move. You've been in your chair for a while. Let's move. Remember when you were a child, playing on the playground? Everything was new. Everything was bright. You got that feeling? Move. Your hands, your shoulders. Tap your feet is okay. Feel the joy. The world is your playground. Nothing can stop you. Go, 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 go. Move. Breathe. In and blow out. Smile. You're on recess. Welcome. Welcome back. Welcome back to Transition Awareness Breathing Podcast. This is Eartha. I am so glad you're back. Today, we are going to talk about our third series in taking TAP to the virtual classroom. But first, I would like to thank Web Talk Radio for allowing me to have a platform to bring Transition Awareness Breathing podcasts to you. And I'd like to thank my producers, Mary Lou and Sam, for making it possible to bring Transition Awareness Breathing wherever you are at. Let's get started. So, we're at school. School is in. And what is most important about school? Recess. Well, yeah, because in that time, there's socialization going on, there's exercising going on, there's a time to release built-up energy. Recess is important. But look what we're doing today. Our total platform of the education picture has changed. So what should we do? We have to change. We have to be aware of what is going on in the education arena, and we have to be able to come up with creative ideas to make things healthy and make things better. So I want to share with you some things that you probably have already noticed with your children or your grandchildren or your friends' children or with yourself at work. Have you noticed that our screen time has increased? Yeah, right? Because everything now is done virtually. Well, not everything, but let me tell you, maybe last year, this time, would we ever imagine our children were working from home in such a virtual platform? I mean, for most companies, this wasn't even on the mission statement. But look how much we have grown because of the pandemic. So, what are some things that's going on? And particularly, not only with yourself, but with your children or your grandchildren or your nieces or nephews. screen time has increased. And whether we like it or not, that allotted recommended time for screen time, 1 hour to 2 hours, in my opinion, has gone out the window. Because now the children are at their iPads, their Chromebooks, their whatever media device, they're looking at that device while they're in school for at least 5 to 6 hours or more. While they're on their device, many children, I'm not going to talk about all schools, but I'm just going to generalize. And if your school is not like what I'm describing, that's really cool. It's great. A lot of children are required to sit in their seats and keep their eyes forward on the screen. And when we're talking about elementary school age children, children have energy. Their movement, their whole life is movement. And when we see a child not moving, we want to know what's going on. So there is an expectation for a child sort of to move out of their natural flow of energy and movement they're expected to sit still and look at a screen, their instructor. The goal is, and the mission is very, very important, and we get it. It's great that our children are able to see their friends on whatever media platform is being used. It's wonderful, that socialization part. The teachers are interacting with their students in a creative way. That's fantastic. And some schools are now bringing small groups of children back into the classroom. It's wonderful. But are we really, really going to bring an environment the way it was before the pandemic? In my opinion, I don't think so. I think things are changing, have changed. And in order to help our children and ourselves to maintain a healthy environment, we have to look at how we can make this situation better. So some of the research that I've done in preparing for this class, I want to share with you. Think about our body posture when we're sitting in our seats and looking at our computer or iPad or whatever our media source is. The effects of this is causing a population to show signs of computer vision syndrome, and it's abbreviated CVS. Or it may be more commonly understood as digital eye strain. So what is digital eye strain? I'm just going to give you some information, and I encourage you, as I always do, if you feel you have questions, this is information I'm passing on as education. Go and talk to your professional medical source. If you find that you're having some of these things that we're going to talk about, okay? So a lot of effects that may be occurring with much of the population, as I said, is maybe, we're not blinking our eyes as much when we're at the computer screen for a long period of time. We're gazing at the screen. Time clicks by. We're at our computer or our desk, or the children are at their computer or at their desk. 30, 40, 50 minutes, 60 minutes? Are we really giving our body recess to reset? Are we really doing that? What happens when we don't give our body a chance to reset? And I have some of these experiences if I am not aware and get really, hung up on what I'm doing and I lose track of time. So I'm right here with everybody else working on this and trying to build new habits. And so some of the things that one may experience is, and this, I want to share with you my resources that I'm using. The American Optometric Association is one of them. But, when we're looking at the screen, we're gazing at it. So, we're not blinking as much. So our eyes may be dry and itchy. Some people may experience headaches or blurred vision, neck and shoulder stiffness and pain. Look at our posture. And that was one reason why I went over posture last time in our last class was, sitting up and putting our feet on the floor. But even so, the body has to get up and move. Leg stiffness, back and shoulder stiffness or pain. Some of these things, as we're sitting in one spot, gazing at our computer or iPad, the body becomes, so to speak, frozen for a period of time. And so that circulation and the muscles are become stagnant. So what are we going to do? Well, we have to move. And that's why recess is so important. One of the exercises for our eyes, and you may have heard of it if you've researched anything about the computer vision syndrome, is 20-20-20. And what it means is look away from your media every 20 minutes. Look at something that's 20 feet away for 20 seconds. So you may have a focal point in your area or give your child a focal point, and that's about 20 feet away. And every 20 minutes, have your child look away. Now, I think it would probably be a good idea to inform the teachers, because I think from my experience, it would be a good idea, because we don't want our child to be perceived that they're not paying attention when actually what they're doing is giving their eyes a break so that they can decrease the chances of computer vision syndrome. So you may have to do some educating and for passing on information that you have learned. Again, the American Optometric Association is one of the resources that I'm using, and is also found in other resources that you're welcome to share. Healthychildren.org. Give your child's eyes a screen time break. Here's why. And that's an article. Many associations are coming out with the same information, which means is valid. Check out the American Academy of Pediatrics. Many of them are addressing the eye strain. This is abbreviated CVS. Another thing is to have what is called mega breaks. And what mega breaks are is not like a long break, actually. It's standing up at your computer, at your workstation, and just doing maybe raising your hands or stretching them out, maybe rolling your shoulders, and then sitting down. It's a short break, very micro break. Another source, one of my readings, recommended every 10 minutes, walk away from the computer to get a glass of water that may be in another room. So the water provides hydration, and the walking provides some movement. It may seem a lot every 10 minutes, but considering we or our children are at the computer for like 7 hours, I think every 10 or 15 minutes to get up, maybe have a mega break, and then kind of alternate it with getting up and stretching your legs, I think is a healthy alternative. You know, as we continue down our road of this pandemic environment, you know, being creative and helping to keep our body healthy and in a state of flexibility is very important. So get up and move. Go outside. Make a recess for yourself, for your children, and reset your focus and your concentration. And you'll find that when you come back in, you're fresh and you're renewed. Mindfully walk around, listen to the crunching of the leaves, smell the air, and enjoy your time with your family. Thank you for joining me in Transition Awareness Breathing Podcast. I'll see you next time.
Be sure and pick up a copy of Eartha's new book, Tab Mindfulness, Awareness and Coloring Activities in a Pandemic World. It's not just an ordinary coloring book. It features 23 illustrations to stimulate thought, relaxation, and creativity for anyone between the ages of 4 and 94. Increase your positive self-talk energy. Unlock new creative paths. Transform your time once or twice a week to create beautiful art while strengthening confidence, building positive self-talk, and sensitize self-awareness. Tab Mindfulness, Awareness and Coloring Activities in a Pandemic World. It's available now at Amazon.com.